On tonight's episode of Newswatch, we've got the latest on the CEO of Papa John's NFL comments.
In news of a breakthrough in diabetes treatment.
And I've got all things sports.
And in the weather outside, it's pretty cool right now. A cool evening. We're already falling down into the 20s for temperatures. How much colder will it get? And is there snow or rain in the forecast? We'll talk about all that coming up. Newswatch starts now.
Welcome to the November 7th edition of Newswatch. I'm Sarah Drozdowics.
And I'm Natasha Novak. A woman in West Virginia has been fired from her job after a photo of her went viral. Julie Brissman, also known as #her2020 on social media, was photographed while flipping off Donald Trump's passing motorcade while riding her bike. Brissman says HR told her the photo could reflect poorly upon the business. According to Brissman, she was shocked to have gone viral, saying, quote, "I flipped off the motorcade a number of times," end quote.
Papa John's CEO John Schneider has taken some heat this past week after claiming the NFL allowing the players to kneel during the national anthem has negatively affected his company's pizza sales. Papa John's is the NFL's most recognizable sponsor and has taken a financial hit due to lowered NFL ratings. In a call with Financial Analysis, Schneider expressed his disappointment in the NFL ownership, saying protests should have been shut down a year and a half ago.
Scientists in California think they may have found a way to transplant insulin-producing cells into diabetic patients. The process involves a flexible membrane that would be implanted under the skin. The development has yet to be tested on humans, but if it works, it could make living with type 1 diabetes much less of a worry.
A public health emergency has been called in Delhi, India, after the troubling air quality reported earlier this morning. Children have been advised to stay indoors, and school has been canceled for tomorrow and possibly the next couple of days as well. In addition, many flights have been delayed as a result of the thick, dark air. Arman Hussain, a member of Delhi's Food and Civil Supply Cabinet, argue that burning agriculture, like leftover grain, is adding to the problem. And although bans have been placed, there is still burning occurring.
A local bar in Campus Town was fined over $700 last Friday. According to the Ames Police Department, their Safe Neighborhoods team conducted an alcohol compliance check on 30 Ames businesses. Out of all of the locations, Blue Owl Bar was the only place that failed the test and sold alcohol to a minor.
Don't go away. We'll have news on the future of electric cars after the break. Looks like the takeover of electric cars may be slowed down after a recent plan that floated by President Trump. The plan would drop tax credit on electric vehicles. U.S. automotive companies are concerned with the plan, as there would likely be an advantage for foreign car makers, since their incentives are increasing. Car owners of cars like Chevrolet Bolt would miss out on a credit close to $8,000 through Trump's tax cut.
College just became affordable for many students planning to attend Simpson College. The president of the college announced Monday that they will cover tuition costs for Iowa students whose family have a gross income of $60,000 or less. Students will be responsible for still paying room and board fees, along with other tuition increases. Simpson College is the first private college in Iowa to have such a program.
The Iowa Capitol is currently being repaired and revamped. The dome's deteriorating bricks are being replaced, and lights are now being added to the outside premises of the building, so the exterior has more night light. The dome renovation is a $10 million job that began in April. Money is being pulled from leftover state bond issues, according to the Des Moines Register. The project is expected to be done in June if all necessary work is completed by then.
The world's largest truck stop will be getting even bigger. According to the Quad City Times, Iowa 80 is planning a $10 million expansion. The new addition will create more retail space and expand the food court. The senior vice president of the group that owns the truck stop says the expansion is driven by the changes in the trucking industry.
Don't go anywhere. We have weather next.
Welcome back to Newswatch. If you were out and about today, you probably noticed it's kind of a dreary, cold, very winter-like day for early November out there. Right now here in Ames, we're sitting at 26 degrees. The winds are calm and pressure is steady right now at 30 inches of barometric pressure out there. Our temperatures across the state of Iowa, pretty much everybody is in the mid-20s for the most part. 25 up in Mason City, 25 also in Fort Dodge. Only warm spot is Des Moines down there in the city. They still are at 34 degrees outside. And like I said, winds are very, very calm across the entire state of Iowa. Only very light breezes in a few places. Otherwise, it's very quiet and still time of an evening out there. The big picture, our satellite and radar out here, there was our clouds to the south. If you probably were outside, like I said, it was very cloudy for most of the day. We didn't really break up into any sunshine until this afternoon. So it was very cold. We didn't break up into our highs of the low 40s until very late this afternoon as well. Otherwise, it's very quiet across the Midwest. High pressure is sitting right over the area of South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, which is keeping our weather very calm out there. So futurecast-wise, we're going to stay in the big picture because it's still very quiet. This high is going to move across Iowa this evening to the south. Weather stays quiet for the most part. There's going to be a cold front that sags south through the day, actually later today into Thursday morning, and that's just going to bring some clouds for the most part. Otherwise, the only real impacts are going to be way up to the north and east, where the Great Lakes might see some lake effect snow and maybe some mixed precipitation, but otherwise here in Iowa, it's going to be very quiet, and then this other area of high pressure will move in as we get into the later part of the week. So, close-up futurecast. Here's our temperatures. Tomorrow morning, we're going to fall off into the mid to upper 20s for most of the state. Just a few clouds out and about. Otherwise, it'll be very quiet night out there. By tomorrow, it'll be warmer, sunnier for most of the day as well. That'll help get our temperatures a little bit closer to normal. Most places will see the mid to upper 40s for highs, which is probably 5 or 6 degrees above where we were today. And then as we get into tomorrow night, into Thursday morning, that front sags through, and it's not really going to change the temperatures overnight, but it will cool us down for highs as we get into Thursday into Friday. But otherwise, it'll still stay very dry out there for the next couple days. Lows tonight will be mostly in the mid-20s for most of us. If you get into northern Iowa, they will sag into the low 20s, maybe upper teens for low temperatures in that area. And then highs tomorrow, like I said, mostly in the mid to upper 40s, 45 up in Waterloo, 47 here in Ames, and 49 down in Des Moines. So here in Ames tonight, quiet and clear. That's going to really allow us to drop those temperatures down with those clear skies and very light winds, only out of the north, very, very light breeze. Otherwise, a low of 25 when you get up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we'll work our way to a high of 47 degrees under sunny skies, and just a light southwest breeze will help get us just a little bit warmer than we were today. Once we get past Wednesday with those decent temperatures, Thursday and Friday are looking pretty cool. Our average high should be about 50 or so, low 50s. We're only going to be in the 30s both of those days. This 20% chance on Friday is late Friday into Saturday. We might see a chance of snow. And then Saturday, if you're going to the football game, once again, it's a little bit early, but it does look like something is going to come through on Saturday. Friday night into Saturday, the timing's still a little uncertain, and we're a little bit uncertain on what type of precipitation will come through. But then on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, things moderate. We'll be up into the upper 40s to low 50s by next week. Stay with us. We got much more Newswatch coming up.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Mary Rominger with your sports report. The Cyclones football team climbed up to number 15 in the college football playoff rankings, but a slow start Saturday against the West Virginia Mountaineers in Morgantown stopped them from climbing up any further. Iowa State lost 20-16 in a game that came down to the final minutes. The Iowa State defense shut down the Mountaineers' prolific offense attack in the second half after giving up 20 in the first. The offense also heated up in the second half, scoring 13 of their 16 points. But a few missed opportunities late sealed the deal. Iowa State doesn't have much time to worry about the outcome as they look to bounce back against the 12th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys Saturday at Jack Trice Stadium. After the departure of Monte Morris, Nazmi True-Long, Matt Thomas, and Deontay Burton, the Iowa State men's basketball team has been forced to look for new leaders and playmakers. Students and fans were able to see some of these new faces on Sunday when the Cyclones played the Emporia State Hornets at Hilton Coliseum. The Cyclones were led by senior Donovan Jackson and freshman phenom Lindell Wigginton, who combined for 38 points. The young Cyclones struggled to pull away from the Division II school, but still came out with that 77-68 win. Coach Steve Prohm sat freshman Cameron Lard and Terrace Lewis in the entire exhibition after they failed to live up to program standards. The Cyclones might need the two of them for the first game of the season in Columbia, Missouri, when they take on the Missouri Tigers. And 2017's #1 overall recruit Michael Porter Jr. That game will take place on Friday at 8 p.m. The women's basketball team also had their last test before the season started Sunday against the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse. However, this exhibition game wasn't near as close. The Cyclones outscored the Eagles 46-12 in the paint and made 11 threes to give them a 93-50 victory. The offense had a spread-out attack as 6 different Cyclones scored 9 or more points. Like the men's team, the women's team is very young, but they do have playmakers. The biggest one being junior guard Bridget Carlton, who scored 17 points on Sunday. The women will start off the regular season Friday afternoon when they welcome the South Dakota Coyotes to Hilton Coliseum. The Cyclone volleyball team win streak came to an end on Saturday after winning 5 in a row. Only giving up 2 sets throughout the streak, Iowa State was swept by the Baylor Bears for the second time this season, dropping them to 7-4 in the Big 12. 2-time Cy Young Award winner and 8 all-time pitcher Roy Halladay died in a plane crash over the Gulf of Mexico earlier today. The plane went down off the coast of Mexico and was recovered by the Florida Marine Unit. Halladay played 16 seasons for the Phillies and Blue Jays and is one of the only 6 to win the Cy Young Award in both the American and National League. Our thoughts are with his family.
Welcome back. NASA claims a minute icy world has been spotted on the edge of the solar system. A temporary nickname contest for this discovery is underway from now until December 1st. The spacecraft New Horizons plans to scope out the icy patch in 2019. New Horizons is also credited for the passing of Pluto 2 years ago.
An Iowa State student business, Dead Eye Barbecue, has won first prize at the Collegiate Entrepreneur Organization. The competition, which held over 150 competitors, included a 90-second elevator pitch and a judge vote. Dead Eye took home the $5,000 prize and has been invited to the Future Founders U-Pitch competition.
And that's it for tonight's edition of Newswatch.
Thanks for tuning in.
Have a great night, Ames.